you're crying so much, and you're like, I hate this store, I hate people, and I remember like, no, Sam. So next question I have for you is something that I know bothers you just as much as it bothers me and your dad. It's people's reaction to your brother when he's having a tantrum or a meltdown in public, whether it's been at the restaurant, a park, or at the grocery store. It's gotten so bad that sometimes we have avoided these places because of people's reaction towards your brother, and the way that it makes us feel. How does it make you feel when people has those reactions towards your brother?
It's just like we don't like it because like you guys we look at kids when they're kind too, but like sometimes we don't need to be in their business. We don't like have to look at them every so time. It makes the parents embarrassed. It makes the kids embarrassed because this actually happened to us once in like a grocery store or something like that.
What's at Bucky's?
It's at Bucky's too, bro.
Yeah,
That made me hate Bucky's for the rest of my life now. I know.
I know.
So it happened when Elias didn't get his way, so he had a meltdown. So we were going to leave the store. We wanted to go buy some stuff.
Snacks for a trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went to Oklahoma, I think. And when we were leaving, like we were walking together. We were holding hands, I think. No. And so there's like so many parents and kids. They were like on the walls, they're on the corner, they're all like around each other, close up to each other, and like made some room for us to leave the store. It made us feel embarrassed because all the attention and saying where, but they looking at us like they never saw it before. Like it makes us feel embarrassed and stuff, and we just want people to like leave people business alone, and
If the kid is safe,
that means they're safe.
right? Because like you said earlier, like we've seen kids cry and had tantrums, but because of our journey, I know it's taught me, like if I see a kid having those in wherever we are, I'll of course look because that's just what happens. But if I know that they're safe, then I just go about my business. Because like you were saying, toddlers are gonna act like toddlers, and I always give, because I look away because I understand that it's when you have someone just staring at you, it just makes you feel bad, like you're doing something wrong, and you just want to like hide away from that, and I never thought that this would happen to us, because as parents, like we're disciplined, we believe in discipline, we believe in authority, but when you have a child on a spectrum, oh, goodness, it looks different. And you just feel like a bad parent, or you feel like people's judging your child is a bad child, your child has issues, and you just feel that reflecting from their reaction towards you. But Bucky's was probably, unfortunately, the worst experience that we had with this. Like he said, it was like a crowd that came around us, and perfectly, like you said, it was just because he couldn't have his way, and we had been trying to teach him throughout these years that even if he's going to have a crazy reaction, when we say no, it just means no. So, and I think he wanted like a slushy or something like that,
And also,
and we already had so many snacks and drinks, so we were like no, and he fell to the ground dead weight. And he's a pretty hefty, he's slim, but he carries some pounds on him, and we just had to carry him out that way. And also, what, I'm sorry.
and this, I know I said this before, but like, just don't look at people business. If you know they're okay, and just if it just makes the kids if it just makes the kids embarrassed so much.
Yeah,
And
the siblings. Yeah,
yes.
as parents, as much as, even though it hurts us too, it's just like we adapt a little bit better and move forward, versus you. We went as soon as we got back into the car. He is, oh man, you got in, and he was crying, You remember you were crying so much, and you're like, I hate this store. I hate people, and I remember like, no, you can't hate people because that's not what we should be doing, right? But I understood what he was going through, but I let him have his little moment before I got to really just speak life back into him, and we were okay. But I don't think we've been in Bucky since.
Yes, actually, the only time I've been to Bucky's only one time because
that was the last time.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're as a family, we're still working on that. We're not perfect. We're learning to continue on, moving on in life, and not letting certain moments like that hinder us from enjoying what we like to do as a family. And but people's reaction, that's a top three for us.
You just stop being nosy, bro.
Just not yeah. Not sure if that's a correct word, but I'm sure people understand what you mean by that. So people's reaction can be really harmful, hurtful in this. But for people who is going through this, like us, stay strong. Is do not allow those reactions to hinder you from leaving the house, or to going to a store or going to a park. Continue on fighting the good fight, and continue on doing what works best for your family, despite of the reactions that you're gonna get, knowing that people like us and many others are going through that same.
So as
same
you know,
thing.
7 days later, I decided to surprise Samuel by going back to Bucky's. And in this video, I let him guess where we were going, and he had no idea. And you can't really hear him because I lowered that volume down. But he was like, "Are we going to Six Flags? Where are we going?" Right? And I'm like, "Nope." And so later you'll see when he sees the Bucky's logo, how his demeanor and posture changes. And it was really important for me to show him that even though the last location did it for us, I am not kidding, that after that experience 2 years ago at Bucky's, it felt like we were in like prisoners in our own home because we didn't want to go back out into the world of feeling the judgment upon people, and knowing that we, like as a family, we're trying so hard and we're doing our best. And as long as we know that it's our best, that is all that matters. And when I say we, I'm talking about Dad, Mom, Samuel, and Elias. And one of the things that I'm teaching Samuel, since he's older and more in understanding and trying to understand all these things, is that as long as this is our circle, and whatever goes on in our circle, as long as we know what's going on, as long as we are checking on each other and we are helping each other, that is all we need. We do not need the world to define what our best looks like. And so imagine we allowed a small moment to not let us go back in 2 years back to Bucky's. Like, how silly, like looking back at that, it feels so silly, but it is a real thing that we kept ourselves imprisonment in our home. So I'm so thankful that the first video that we did encouraged me 7 days later to be like, you know what, I'm going to take our family back to that place, and I want them to see the progress that we have made. And so we're not going back to our past to erase it, right? We're going back to redeem it. So getting to see the growth is real. Allowing Samuel to see that progress is possible and that hard moments does not define us. So going back 7 days later to Bucky's with no tantrum, and with so much peace, it was such a reminder that our children grow, and as they grow, we grow. As parents and Samuel as his sibling, we get to rewrite these moments together. So if you're watching this and you've had a tough day, a tough outing, or a tough season, please remember that it won't always look like that. Your child is, and they will surprise you, just like Elias, like you see in the video. I didn't have to hold his hand this time around. He listened, and we had a really great time. So you can surprise yourself too. So going back to the place that once overwhelmed us became a moment that strengthens us as a family. So this was our redemption moment that I hope that we get to have many of these moments together. And I hope that it will encourage you to hold on to hope, to keep showing up, and to celebrate the progress, big or small.
What do you rate your experience?
Yeah, it was good. No one was like looking at us and stuff. Elias didn't cry, so it was chill.
It was a changed experience.
Yeah, it wasn't like last time.
Yeah.
It was horrible last time. But it was good. Good job, boys.
Good job, Elias.
Good job.
Give me a high five.
Huh?
Give Elias a high five. Oh yeah.